Hello, today I am going to be working on a little mini book. I'm not going to even be able to remember where I bought this book, but it's called Mini Books, Make It in Minutes by Roxi Phillips, and I decided I would try to make every book in this book, and I will try to film the making of these as I go. The first book is called Seashore Memories, and I'm not a big sea person. I mean, living in the middle of America, we don't really have seas around in Nebraska. So I decided to make this book, but have it be something else. I'm going to make one for each one of my children, and I did Brett's first. And being that it's a small book, I wasn't going to really make it a photo album. I just wanted to be able to say something about him. So when you open it, it does sit up. It's not going to be easy on camera to get it to do that. But it just has 5 pages, and on the back cover I put "My Boy Is," and I just went through on the pages and put some characteristic about him. So, and I can always add little tidbits in here as he grows, but I thought it was just a fun little album. So, and then she used beads. I didn't have beads, but I had these vintage buttons, so that's what I used for my tie. But it's just a cute little something to set around. So now I'm going to make one for Rylan, and I have everything cut out. What you need to start with is your covers. You need two 2x5-inch pieces of chipboard. So I've got those, and then you need your paper to cover the chipboard, and those measure 4x7 inches. So first thing, and I'm going to use glossy accents to glue all my paper down. You can use score tape or any other kind of glue that you want. This is just what I'm using. So let me get it going here. Just going to run the glue around the edges and a little in the middle. And then I'm going to try and get this centered by eyeballing it. I've got my paper lined up on my mat, so that makes it a little easier when it comes to eyeballing. And I'm just going to smooth it down. Now I'm going to want to miter the corners of this so that I can fold the paper. And you don't have to get too exact, just lay it down and cut at an angle. And the last one. Alright, and then I just kind of pick it up and to round the corners nice before I start gluing. And again, just going to run it along the edges. The nice thing about glossy accents is it dries extremely fast and it seals tight. Now next, the 2 pieces that we're going to lay here, you need to cut 4.5 by 1.5 each. So then again, And you know what? I think I am going to actually kind of distress the edges of this paper. I think that'll add just a little bit. And I'm going to use blue because I want it to contrast on the green. Just a little something extra. So now you need to mark where you're going to punch holes, and I'm going to go right in the middle, so an inch, because this is 2 inches, the middle will be an inch, and then a half an inch in. And we've got half an inch. And then I am going to use my crocodile to punch my holes. You can use your paper punch or anything you've got. This just is handy and it'll cut through both layers at once. So, alright, so then I've got my holes. Now, for your sheets on the inside, you need to cut out 5 or however many you want. Sheets that are 4 3/4 by 1 7/8. And first things first, you have to mark where your holes are going to be. So lay your pages, or just one page I guess is all you need. Center it on your cover, and then when you turn it around, mark a little circle where your hole is. And then again, I'm going to cut my 5 layers all at once using my crocodile. Alright, so there is my book. Now I'm going to decorate the pages just a little bit with stamping, nothing too crazy, just to add a little bit of something. I'm going to use that crazy dot pattern, and I'm going to do it in the blue, on the blue, just so it has a little bit of background pattern to it, not that I'm looking for a specific design. My pages, and I am going to see if I want to assemble this before I write. I better do some writing. So I think actually this is going to be the cover with his name. So the pages need to go this way. And here I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Brett's, where I write "My boy is." And you can do any kind of writing, just adding a fancy text. Alright, and I will write on the pages later. We'll just get to the threading. So this is how it's going to go. Going from the back, pages, and then top cover. And so I've got one side threaded, and I need to put a knot at 4 inches. So that would be right there. And that's just to hold the beads so they don't slide too far. And I'm just using a jute thread to bind this. You could use ribbon or string, whatever. And then I'm going to, there, got that. Now I need to thread the other side. So that's the back. You've got your thread, and it just comes up out of each hole. So then again, I need to measure 4 inches over and put my knot right at 4 inches. Thread my buttons. Tie a knot at the end to keep them from falling off. Alright, so then when you open this, you can set it up, and you've got my boy is, and then each page. Like I said, you can do something stamping on the back side, more writing. But then just to finish this off and make it Ryland's, I've got some puffy stickers that I am going to put his name on. Hopefully it fits. I'm going to have to do some squeeze in here. Oops, there's one. Yep, I can. So then I've got my Ryland book done. So I've got, and they're just, they'd make fun little gifts. You could make a card out of them for someone. I'll have photos of my daughter's once I have hers done on here as well. So thanks for watching.